Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift arrived at the Grammys after party as exactly what they are right now, the most photographed couple in America. But once they slipped past the cameras and into the low-lit hush of Chateau Marmont on Sunday night, February 1st, the energy shifted. What had been headline-level spectacle instantly became something more intimate, more inner circle. The legendary Sunset Boulevard haunt felt like a soft landing after an already star-stuffed evening. Candlelight flickered across dark banquettes, warm lamps glowed against heavy drapes, and the steady hum of laughter sounded less like competition and more like a reunion. And at the center of it all were Swift and Kelce, moving as a unit, not making noise, but making a statement anyway. Outside Bar Marmont, the couple couldn't stop smiling. They looked like they were still riding the high of the night, stepping close, staying locked into each other, even as cameras hovered nearby. Swift shimmered in a plunging gold gown that caught the streetlight with every step, looping her arm through Kelce's as they walked. Kelce, sharp in a black suit and crisp white shirt, leaned in with a grin that made it clear he wasn't just accompanying her, he was fully part of the moment. If the red carpet is where stars perform, Chateau is where they exhale. And witnesses say the exhale was immediate. The second they were inside, it was all smiles, when onlooker shared. They looked relaxed, like they were heading straight to their friends. They didn't have to search long. The night quickly turned into a cozy convergence of familiar faces, with producer Jack Antonoff and his wife, actress Margaret Qualley, among the first in their orbit. Sabrina Carpenter was also in the mix, bringing her own after-party sparkle and folding into the group like someone who knew she was exactly where she belonged. Later in the evening, one especially telling moment stood out. The group clustered together on a couch in a warmly lit nook that felt more private lounge than Hollywood hotspot. There were no stiff poses, no performative smiles, just candid laughter, easy conversation, and the kind of setup where the only rule is that the drinks keep coming and the stories keep getting better. Coupe glasses held creamy cocktails, espresso martini energy, the kind that says, "We're not done yet." Around them, candles and soft lighting gave the whole scene the feel of a glam sleepover for the ultra-famous. Swift's gold gown wasn't whispering after party, it announced it. The fabric shimmered under every flash and lamp, turning even a casual laugh into a photo moment. Her signature red lip popped against the warm palette, her hair swept back with bangs framing her face, polished but not precious. She looked ready for a long night of hugging, toasting, and leaning in close to catch a punchline. Kelce stayed classic and clean, letting Swift's look do the glittering, while he played sharply dressed co-pilot. Comfortable in the chaos, not overdone, not underdressed, just exactly right for the room. Qualley leaned into sleek, minimalist Hollywood in a low-cut black dress that felt timeless at Chateau. Carpenter went full party princess in a silver-embellished look that sparkled under the lounge lights, proof that sometimes you do dress like the disco ball. Antonoff, meanwhile, delivered his signature creative cool vibe in a leather jacket over a white tee, the kind of outfit that says he can talk melody lines and martinis with equal conviction. Throughout the night, Swift and Kelce stayed close. Their arm-in-arm arrival had already set the tone, but inside it only deepened. Partygoers noticed Kelce frequently leaning down to listen, while Swift stayed turned toward him, even as conversations widened to include friends. It was sweet, a source said, the kind of sweetness that doesn't need theatrics, just presence. It felt like they were truly sharing the night, and when the group finally settled into that tucked-away couch nook, the ease was unmistakable. Swift threw her head back in laughter, Carpenter smiled into her drink, Qualley beamed, and Kelce looked like he'd been fully adopted by the friend group. At one point, Kelce gestured across the seating area with a playful, "this guy" point, the kind that lands instantly as an inside joke. Chateau Marmont has a way of making even the most famous faces feel like they've slipped into a secret, and guests say this party leaned hard into that intimacy. It wasn't about velvet rope spectacle, it was about reunions, collaborators turning into friends turning into family, a collective pause to celebrate surviving another awards night marathon. Swift and Antonoff, longtime collaborators, appeared especially at ease, falling into the kind of shorthand that doesn't require explanations. Quali, seated nearby, matched the energy, laughing easily, turning toward whoever was speaking, fully present. Carpenter's presence added a light, bubbly rhythm to the group. Onlookers said she fit right in, laughing, leaning in, lifting her glass in small, speech-free toasts. The vibe was warm, one observer told Page 6, like people were genuinely happy to see each other. Lana Del Rey was also among the stars in attendance, adding another layer of cool girl gravity to an already stacked room. In the Chateau ecosystem, where the lighting is flattering and everyone feels a little more mysterious, her presence was perfectly on brand, the kind of star who doesn't need to do much to shift the temperature. Guests described the scene as a soft swirl of familiar faces crossing paths, quick hugs, cheek kisses, leaned-in conversations, and those moments when someone pulls a friend closer to catch up properly. Not the rushed, so good to see you exchange, but the longer kind that says you've actually missed each other. Surrounded by familiar friends like Antonoff and Quali, with Carpenter and Del Rey folded into the mix, the night carried an unmistakable glow. The kind Hollywood promises far more often than it delivers. The biggest names in music gathered under one roof at Los Angeles Crypto.com Arena on Sunday night to celebrate the 68th annual Grammy Awards. While the ceremony itself delivered plenty of headline moments, it was what happened when the cameras weren't rolling that truly captivated fans. Bad Bunny claimed the night's most coveted honor, Album of the Year, while A-listers, including Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar, and more, kept the crowd buzzing throughout the evening. The awards aired live on CBS for a full 3 hours, but during commercial breaks, the arena transformed into a playground of reunions, whispered conversations, and unexpected celebrity crossovers. One of the most talked about moments came when Justin Bieber and his wife Hailey Bieber were spotted chatting with Bad Bunny in a now viral clip. According to expert lip reader Nicola Hickling, the couple appeared eager to make post-Grammys plans with the Puerto Rican superstar. Quote, "We can take you out if you want," Justin reportedly said, to which Bad Bunny replied, "Bro, I'm up for that." Bieber, who went home empty-handed after losing all 4 of his nominations, seemed unbothered, telling Bad Bunny they were down for whatever he wanted. The interaction ended with Bad Bunny nodding, placing his hands together in a prayer gesture, and saying, "Okay, I'll let you know." Whether the trio planned to hit an after-party together or were laying the groundwork for a future hang remains unclear. Elsewhere in the arena, Billie Eilish, who won Song of the Year for her hit Wildflower, shared a warm reunion with close friend and fellow pop star Sabrina Carpenter. The pair hugged before settling into a lengthy gossip session during a rare lull in the show. Carpenter, dazzling in a silver-fringed top and skirt, was also seen catching up with producer Jack Antonoff, who helped bring her Grammy-nominated album Man's Best Friend to life. Eilish fully embraced the star-studded atmosphere, strolling the venue and snapping photos with fellow icons. She posed for a group shot with Bad Bunny and Miley Cyrus and was later approached for a photo by Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith and singer-songwriter Charlotte Lawrence. At another point, Eilish's brother and collaborator, Phineas, nominated for 2 awards, looked starstruck as he held hands with Lady Gaga. The duo shared an intimate conversation, with Eilish smiling from ear to ear as the Bad Romance hitmaker appeared to offer kind words. Gaga later shared a somber moment with Sharon Osbourne and Kelly Osbourne following a tribute to the late Ozzy Osbourne, underscoring the emotional weight of the night. Meanwhile, Miley Cyrus sparked collaboration rumors after appearing in a photo with Jelly Roll, who won Best Contemporary Country Album. Music legend Joni Mitchell, 82, stunned in a glitzy gold ensemble as she caught up with Brandi Carlile, while Kelce Ballerini was spotted fixing Lainey Wilson's cowboy hat in a quiet act of backstage camaraderie. Beyond the celebrity moments, the evening carried a strong political undercurrent. As he accepted Album of the Year at the 2026 Grammy Awards, Bad Bunny made a powerful statement criticizing U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, echoing sentiments shared by several artists throughout the night. Other winners, including Billie Eilish and Olivia Dean, who led the star-studded red carpet, used their time on stage to honor immigrants and condemn the agency. Many attendees wore Ice Out pins in protest following the deaths of Keith Porter in Los Angeles and Renee Good, along with VA ICU nurse Alex Prey in Minneapolis, at the hands of ICE. The 31-year-old global superstar, born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, beat out a fiercely competitive field to take home Album of the Year for Debí Tirar Más Fotos. Overcome with emotion, Bad Bunny sat with his head in his hands for several seconds after his name was called before taking the stage. In his speech, he dedicated the award to immigrants, saying, "I want to dedicate this award to all the people who had to leave their homeland, their country, to follow their dreams." The category included major contenders such as Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler, the Creator, and more. Earlier in the night, Bad Bunny had already made waves when he opened his Best Música Urbana album acceptance speech by declaring Ice Out, drawing a massive ovation, before adding that immigrants and Puerto Ricans are not animals or aliens, but Americans. Billie Eilish echoed similar sentiments during her own acceptance speech, even using language that was bleeped by network censors, a sign that for many artists, this Grammys night was about far more than trophies. The 24-year-old Los Angeles native, born Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell, became visibly emotional as she accepted Song of the Year for Wildflower, accompanied by her brother and longtime collaborator Phineas. Fighting back tears, Eilish delivered one of the night's most powerful and unfiltered speeches. "As grateful as I feel, I honestly don't feel like I need to say anything other than that no one is illegal on stolen land," she said. "It's really hard to know what to say and what to do right now, but I feel hopeful in this room. I feel like we need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting. Our voices matter. People matter." After thanking the audience, Eilish punctuated the moment by shouting "F ICE" as she exited the stage, a remark quickly censored by CBS but unmistakably clear to those in the room. Olivia Dean also claimed one of the night's most coveted honors, taking home Best New Artist and using her moment to highlight her family's immigrant roots. The 26-year-old British singer, now part of a star-making lineage that includes Chappell Roan, Billie Eilish, Megan Thee Stallion, Dua Lipa, and Olivia Rodrigo, dedicated her win to her grandmother. "I guess I want to say I'm up here as the granddaughter of an immigrant," Dean said. "I wouldn't be here. I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated. We are nothing without each other." Dean later shared that her grandmother immigrated from Ghana to the UK at just 18 years old as part of the Windrush generation during World War II. Her heritage includes Ghanaian, Jamaican, and English roots, a history she proudly honored on music's biggest stage. Kendrick Lamar took home what many considered the second most prestigious award of the evening, winning Record of the Year for Luther, featuring SZA. The 38-year-old Compton native paid tribute to the late R&B legend Luther Vandross, whose vocals inspired and were sampled in the track. It was a massive night for Lamar, who also earned Best Rap Album earlier in the broadcast. After leading all nominees with 9 nods, the rapper added 5 more Grammys to his collection, bringing his career total to an astonishing 27 wins. Lady Gaga emerged as another major force of the evening. The 39-year-old artist, born Stefani Germanotta, won Best Pop Vocal Album for Mayhem and had already collected 2 trophies, including Best Dance Pop Recording for Abracadabra, before the live broadcast even began. One of the night's biggest surprises came from newcomer Lola Young, who won Best Pop Solo Performance for Messy. The 25-year-old British singer triumphed over an ultra-competitive field that included Justin Bieber, Daisies, Sabrina Carpenter, Manchild, Lady Gaga, Disease, and Chappell Roan, The Subway, marking a major breakout moment in her career. Jelly Roll delivered perhaps the most boisterous acceptance speech of the night after winning Best Contemporary Country Album for Beautifully Broken, closing out a Grammy ceremony that blended celebration, emotion, and outspoken conviction, proving that this year's awards were about far more than just the trophies.